Whoever advised Dylan to do that video he did on TikTok is definitely not his friend. Dylan cheated on Mimi, infected her with STI, and still had the audacity to do that video that he did. Absolutely wrong. Guys, we need to talk. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. Yes. But yes, I saw this whole drama between Mimi and Dylan on TikTok, and I decided that you know what, I had to talk about this because I just can't like. So just to give you like a summary for those of you that are not aware of the conversations, right? So obviously, if you're aware, after the Love Island journey, Mimi and Dylan decided to, pursue things together because they felt, oh, there was still something there based off of what started off in the villa, right? But I mean, they never really came out publicly to say it. But in one of the articles that Mimi was involved in, like an interview, she had briefly mentioned it, and then we had seen pictures and videos, snippets of them around. So they were not like making it public, but people we just knew that there was something going on between them, right? So what I noticed was like after a while, Mimi started to answer certain questions on either TikTok, mainly TikTok, and she started to give, imply that she was no longer with Dylan based off of a response to questions like that. And then after a while, when people ask her what happened, she was like she was cheated on, right? So people were not sure if she was talking about Dylan or she was talking about someone else entirely, right? So everybody we didn't know the gist and all of that until this Mimi, I think sometime this week or last week, I can't remember exactly, she decided to spill. So so far she has done like two videos, the part one and part two, and there is still part three, right? And in this video, she tells us exactly what happened between and Dylan. First of all, I want to give you a context to this video and why I'm so disappointed in Dylan. Personally, in the last season of Love Island Australia, Dylan was my favorite person on the show for the guys and overall, right? And funny enough, my two favorite girls on in that set was also Mimi and Sophie. Weird, right? Yes, because the three of them were in that whole triangle and whatnot. But I just liked the three of them. But obviously, they were not perfect. No one is perfect, right? There were certain things that Dylan did on the show that, even though it was my favorite, I didn't like. There were things that Sophie did. There were things that Mimi did that I felt like, oh, they could have done better, right? So I don't think I've ever had a fan on any of the Love Island shows where they were perfect, because I mean nobody is perfect, right? So but one of the what why I even got to like Dylan more was even after the house, right? Because I follow them on their social media channels, and I just liked like the side of himself that he was portraying on social media. So it was basically his construction work, his fitness journey, fitness meals, like he had this clean page and activities that he was always sharing. I felt like, oh, this is a focused guy. He's focused. He's not really involved in all of the drama and everything. And you know that at some point there was like a lot of drama between Mimi, Steph, and Mercedes. So like outside of the house, I didn't like that whole back and forth that Mimi and kept having with Steph and Mercedes. I felt like, you know what, you guys don't need to like do this whole fighting online. But I mean, I still liked Mimi and Sophie. So yeah, so coming back to the gist and seeing how Dylan is even responded to it, for me, I'm just so disappointed, even though I like him, or yeah, I like him or used to like him. This has really shown a different side of him. Like we've given him all the benefit of the doubt from the show, but obviously it's clear that that is just probably who he is, right? So Mimi says they started this relationship and whatnot, and I mean it was not like they had it official as boyfriend and girlfriend, but I mean you know how a lot of people do relationship these days where they're literally doing everything, but it's not like officially people that come out of these shoes, right? So they didn't have it like a label, but obviously they had a thing going and there were like unspoken expectation between both parties, right? So they used to hang out a lot and stuff like that. And there came a time, like they used to tell each other they loved each other. Didn't even introduce her to his parents, his siblings, and all of that. So Dylan had to, I think during the December period thereabouts, Dylan had to go home to spend time with his family. So they were away from each other for a while. I think even Ine went home as well. So she said when he came back, when she met him at the airport, happy, excited, she felt some weird vibe between them, and she knew something was off, but I mean, she had no proof and she could not place her hand on it. But she kind of suspected like the way it was behaving was like, when someone has like guilty conscience, it seems like, okay, something happened while he was away. But I mean, there was no proof. She spent the night with it, they continued to hang out. And then, I mean, I'm just summarizing here. At some point, didn't start to ask her if she's well, if she has gone for a checkup in recent times, so just check her sexual health and everything. She was like, why do I need to do that? And everything. It's like, he's just going to check, blah, 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 stuff like that. Apparently, cutting a long story short, Dylan had been affected from some one night stand, allegedly one night stand, but I'm not even sure if it was more than that, that had with some random girl when he went home to be with his parents. And he came back, acted like nothing but had happened, and slept with Mimi as well. And he did not care. He exposed her to getting it. I think she actually even got it. When she went to a doctor, because he tried to make her feel like, oh, there's a way you can get it without necessarily getting it from someone else. And doctor was like, that's not how it happens. It's called sexually transmitted infection for a reason. It's supposed to be passed on through a sexual activity. And I mean, she knows that she's not been with any other person aside Zilla in the time. So she knew something was off, and then she kept pressuring him to tell her the truth, pressuring him to tell her the truth. And eventually he decided to tell her the truth. And that's when he told her the whole story of, oh, he had gone for some party with his friends, and there was this girl that was in some of the games, it was something funny, and they had sex. And she asked other questions like, I'm not really interested in the details, right? But how what Dylan did, like how he tried to make her feel like everything she suspected was not true, eventually coming to say the truth. And then at some point she said she liked him, so she continued to be with him. But obviously when you've gone through that, your mind is no longer 100%, so she still had her doubts, right? So at some point she asked him, I hope there's no other lie, I hope there's no, I said there's no lie. So she was like, okay, to prove it, let me have your phone. So that's why she stopped with her. She's supposed to do a part three. But this is where it gets very, very funny. Dylan decided to address these two-part videos that Mimi had done. And guys, that video is the worst thing I've ever seen. Literally, like, it comes on and it's all about how he doesn't understand why some people would choose to use their platform for negative things. That he's just grateful that he's a strong minded person. He has gone through certain things, so certain things don't affect him. And imagine if he was not that kind of person, how this could have affected him, his mental health, and that this person is just being, like pumped up by 18-year-olds that are paid, making her feel like what she's doing is right, that she's supposed to be of a positive image, that she doesn't even care how this affects him and what this can do to him. I'm like, are you for real? Like, is this like, did Dylan really go to make a video to say that? He could have just kept quiet. Like, obviously he did not deny. It was more about, this is a private issue. This is not something I should bring online to humiliate him, and this is not something he's supposed to care. She's supposed to care for how this can affect him. So I'm asking myself, did you consider how you might affect her feelings when you slept with another girl? One, did you consider how this might affect her when you knew you were infected and you still came to sleep with her, and then you even made a statement something along the lines of your body can handle it. Like, guys, I'm shocked at the audacity. So like this guy comes online and is now trying to do like some pity party. How is Mimi supposed to feel in all of this? Does he understand? I am sure Mimi, even though it's probably been a couple of months since it happened, I'm sure Mimi is still hurting. I'm sure she feels stupid because there was already a lot of dragging on Mimi for going back to Dylan after everything that happened between Dylan and Sophie. So there was already that. And then you went into doing this and then you're just trying to justify. Like, first of all, she has the right to tell whoever she wants to tell about the story. And for me, this is just double standard for Dylan because, you wrote some article like last week or so saying, oh, about the whole cheating thing. First of all, he never dated anybody, so you can't say he cheated in the first place. But this same Dylan was so upset with Sophie, who wasn't his girlfriend, that she went on that trip they went, I've forgotten the name, and she had something to do with Zayn. So if Sophie wasn't your girlfriend, why were you so upset? Why can't you apply that same scenario, how you felt in that scenario to Mimi? Why are you expecting Mimi not to be upset? You went all off on Sophie and you were shocked that Mimi is going the route that she's going. Like, guys, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this. You need to go to both your pages, they have the videos, and I don't want to even put it here. But I need you guys to tell me, please tell me in the comment section. Like, is Dylan right? Is Mimi wrong? Is like, just tell me what you think about it. That's what I just came here to say because I really just had to talk about this. And I hope you're all doing well. Please let me know in the comment section what you think about this whole thing between Mimi and Dylan. See you guys later. Bye.